Hi, my name is Ayanna and the composer I chose to study this semester is Winifred Phillips. The game that I will discuss in this video is Assassin's Creed III: Liberation. Winifred Phillips was classically trained in voice and piano and has been obsessed with music for as long as she can remember. She has worked on numerous well-known and successful games such as God of War, Total War, 6 games in the Little Big Planet franchise, Homefront, The Revolution, and of course, Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed III: Liberation is a third-person action-adventure game that features an open-world gameplay environment. The game is set between 1765 and 1777, around the end of the French and Indian War in 18th century New Orleans. The game mainly features the first female protagonist of the Assassin's Creed series. Her name is Eveline de Grandpré, and she is an assassin of African and French heritage. The game follows Eveline, who fights for peace and free will as she navigates through Louisiana and Mexico, engaging in deadly battles against her adversaries, the Templars, who desire complete control at any cost. The main inspiration for the musical direction of Liberation came from the setting and Aveline. Aveline was the daughter of a French aristocrat and an African slave, and the score reflects these contrasting cultural influences. To represent the French style, the score utilizes a Baroque string orchestra played in a poised and elegant style. The African style placed emphasis on complex percussion, African chants and vocals, and harmonic and melodic considerations taken from West African music. Instruments such as the dun-dun drums, the balafon, wooden flutes, and rice shakers are used to make the African-influenced music sound more believable. To create the music for Liberation, Phillips combined these two styles and included some musical elements of folk songs. In the section of the game where Aveline goes to the Mayan ruins in Mexico, there is a change in instrumentation and musical style. For these cues, instruments such as the rain stick, hollow log drums, ocarina, and shell shakers are used. Modern synthesized elements and instruments are also included in the score to represent the sci-fi element of the game, which is part of the Animus virtual reality machine. Animus Omega was a fictional entertainment console that interacted with video games by displaying recorded memories and used maliciously to influence the general public on behalf of the antagonists, the Templars. Now I will show a short transcription of the melody and chords from the Liberation main theme. The main theme incorporates orchestral elements, African percussion and vocals, and synthesized layers to create a stylistically blended score that represents the location and heritage of Aveline. Assassin's Creed III: Liberation features an eclectic variety of music cues that vary from intense battle scenes filled with massive percussion and frantic strings to atmospheric and melancholic cutscene cues that evoke the true sense of the game's intricate storyline. As you can see from the spreadsheet, there are multiple full-length cues written for this game. The game allows the player to complete numerous challenges and explore various locations. As a result of these game parameters, most of the cues can be grouped into these categories: location/explore, battle, menu/loading, and cutscene. This game has 1 hour and 8 minutes worth of music, and the average length of time it takes to complete the game is 9 hours and 5 minutes. Since the game is in an open-world environment, many of the cues are heard multiple times throughout the duration of the game. This is because much of the game pace is up to the player. Since there is only 1 hour and 8 minutes worth of music for roughly 9 hours of gameplay, the previous cues are frequently reused in other appropriate locations. In this scene, the player is seen searching for clues as a mellow percussion rhythm with an ocarina melody plays in the background. This location and explore music fits in with the music of the ancient Mayan civilization who once inhabited the area the player is exploring. In this scene, the player must remain undetected as they are presented with the task of killing the recruiter. The music reflects the tension and uncertainty by utilizing sustained high strings. Since this location is related to the French characters in the game, the music is orchestral in nature. The cue changes abruptly to a more intense piece as the player waits longer to kill the recruiter, to reflect that the action needs to happen more quickly. Something I didn't like about how the game implemented the music was when a new weapon was chosen. A weapons menu screen would immediately pop up and abruptly pause the current music to play a synthesized cue. Once the weapon was selected, the synthesized cue would immediately stop and the menu was closed and the original music would resume. This was a problem for me because it caused a disjointed sound in the current music and would take the player out of the continuous gameplay state. I think that it would have been more effective to allow the current cue to play through the weapons menu selection. In this scene, a battle is about to begin. The music is currently still in the location style, but as soon as the first enemy is sighted, a crossfade is inserted as the battle cue begins. The style of music is typical of battle cues, featuring a fast tempo and dense percussion. With regard to the way that the battle music is transitioned to and from the explore music, I would prefer for the music to fade out more gradually rather than abruptly switching between the two states. The way that interactive music is used in this game is by switching to a new cue between the explore and battle states. Crossfades or stingers are usually utilized to switch between the two states. The cues are always played in their entirety, looped, or crossfaded to a new cue before they are completed. I think that it would have been more effective to have incorporated more interactive music techniques such as branching and layering in order to add variety to some of the cues, and make the cues that appeared more than once less noticeable. Overall, I think the music for Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation is very effective. I like how Winifred Phillips decided to take inspiration from the distinctive settings and unique heritage of the protagonist. The music is extremely well written and features high-quality sound libraries that make all of the instruments sound very believable. The music cues match the different locations perfectly and help to immerse the player in the different environments. The few issues I had with the score and the way that it was implemented do not even come close to outweighing the good found in the music used in Liberation. Through my analysis, I can clearly see why Winifred Phillips' score for this game has won numerous awards and been praised by critics. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my analysis of the music found in Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, composed by Winifred Phillips.